When it comes to making money, a lot of people argue whether Interchange, Shoreline, or Reserve are the best options, but the truth is, Interchange doesn't require any keys, and you can actually make between 300, 400k plus in 10 minutes, and I'm going to quickly show you how I do it. Hey guys, so the run I'm about to show you is actually a spawn dependent run. So if you get the wrong spawn, it can be hard to get to these spots quickly, but you can still apply this information to all the different spawns on Interchange. Ideally, you get this one here, which is the spawning at Emricon, or the southeast side of the map. And you can tell it's the southeast side of the map because we are here at, and the first thing you can see on your right hand side is Oli, or the green store. Now, the first thing you want to be wary about when you're running up along here is there's a lot of spawns on your left-hand side, and it can be quite dangerous when you're working your way through this area. Not only if you spawn in that back corner do you have a lot of scabs that spawn up here that will ruin your day as soon as you walk in, but you got spawns on your left-hand side and also down the right-hand side. Now, the first thing you want to do is get away from this area as fast as possible. I know there is some loot around this area that you can search, like the crate over in that corner right there. But the ideal part about this run is you want to finish it up within the first 10 minutes. You want to be in and out as fast as possible. So the first thing you're going to be doing is checking along here for propane tanks and any sort of miscellaneous items like nails. We're going to run past these battery spawns and we'll be checking for car batteries along here and or spark plugs. If there's none there, the first thing you want to do is chuck a hard left here. Check along the top for anything that you can find, like water filters, and you've also got, like, right up here, sometimes you can't see them, expedition fuel tanks and water filters. Now, these are chasing a lot of good money at the moment, and they can spawn on all of these shelves, but you don't want to be hanging around too long. So the trick is to try and grab what you need, grab what you can, and leave. Now, obviously, Oli is a very contested store, so be careful when you're doing this run. We're also going to be checking for car batteries along this back shelf right here. We're going to be checking up top. That's a pack of nails. Unfortunately, I can't actually grab this one. It's a bit of a stupid spawn. We're going to be checking that side. And also, these shelves here are really, really good. These little square shelves here opposite the more car battery spawns are actually really good for defuel. And also other items like propane tanks and corrugated hose, which corrugated hose isn't so great now, but it's, you know, much better early. We'll be checking for fuel tanks. Now, these have risen recently to about 90k. So, you know, it's a bit of a joke. At first, these weren't worth looting, but you can actually find expedition fuel tanks and also normal fuel tanks. And with expedition fuel tanks being about, I think about 70, 75k, you can actually make a lot of money from these alone. So the first thing we're going to be doing is after we check all those short shelves, we're going to be running past this locker and quickly keep an eye out for some gold chains and rollers. And this is where things get dangerous. But be careful for these stairs right here, because there's another spawn along the highway that people usually come in. And you also have a lot of scabs that spawn along these front shelves. It's really a dangerous area. So we head towards Techno, or some of you call Texo. And we're going to be checking this tech store here, and this is where some things get juicy. We're checking this little speaker here for a graphics card. And we're also going to be checking for stuff like, here we go, mill cable. You got hard drives. You got broken G-phone. There's a lot of money to be made in Techno. And the main money comes from, obviously, graphics cards or GPUs. And also Tetris. So if you're really in the mood for money and you need to make money fast, this is how you do it. You come through here and you want to be checking as fast as you can for any sort of valuable tech items. Now, the valuable tech items that I listed are stuff like 1G phones, broken GPX, graphics cards, and also Tetris. As we come up here towards Techlight, the red tech store, we'll be checking this generator right behind here for a fuel conditioner and up top for Tetris. You can grab these light bulbs because they're decent money, but I don't always take them. Check for an AK along here and then check for Tetris along the top. Now, sometimes items can actually spawn on the very, very top shelf and can be hard to be seen. So you really, really need to be on top of your A game for spotting items. Sometimes moving your way through and jumping is a really good option to make sure you don't miss anything. So as we head through, we're just going to jump, make sure we check the top shelf. And we're going to grab these. Ideally, you're looking for graphics cards, but you can actually find, you know, a lot of other items like mill cable that start to add up in money. Now we're going to be heading towards this med store. Now I call this dark med store, and I do apologize about my screen. I have used an adrenaline stim. But we're checking along the bottom floor here and also along these metal shelves for LEDX. There is a very, very, very rare chance of an LEDX within those shelves. And then we just quickly check these pedestals here to make sure there's no graphics cards standing up on them. And then we're out of here. So the entire time be listening out for metal. If you need to dip out, you don't have to run back down this way. You can actually go all the way around the safe way, which is like a little area back there, and get away from this area. As we run back down, like I said, there are a lot of attractive tech spawns around this area, so the longer you stick around, the worse it'll be. So the trick is to get out of here as fast as possible. As we move our way through Rasmussen, we're going to be quickly popping through here, checking for G-Phone along there. Can search that crate, but it takes a while. Checking along the left-hand side and the middle table, and also on the right-hand side for more graphics cards and Tetris, all the big money-making items as we head behind this last desk. Now, when you push out in this area, please be careful because this area is extremely hot. Quote me on that. Holy f***. No, it's a player. And you can get killed very easily. Killer likes to sit around this area, and a lot of sweaty players will sit up along the second floor. So just have a quick look before you run out here. But we're going to run out, and we're just going to pop underneath the ramp. Now, as soon as we're underneath the ramp, we're going to be checking this large weapons crate. You don't have to search this crate, but it is a nice little safe crate to search, and there's also a duffel there as well. But after we're done here, the goal is to get away from this area as fast as possible. The hidden caches are known by a lot of people, so you're not always going to get these every single time, but when you do get them and they're uncontested, it is really, really nice to have. As we run over towards the first one here, it's a little hidden trapdoor. You can get pressure gauges if you're extremely lucky. Also, you can get stuff like screws, coffee, and BS. You guys need to understand that obviously this is an offline, so the spawns inside these caches is going to be slightly buffed. But it's a really, really good way to know what spawns inside them by doing offline runs. You'll see a lot of the spawns happen. Counting the trees on our right hand side. So we got one tree, two, and then the one to the left of it is where the next cache is. A lot of people miss this one. This is a really decent one. Now, a lot of this stuff is needed for hideouts. You can also get full-size car batteries, and you can also get bronze lions, antique vases, and a lot of really sweet loot. As we head over towards this giant pile of rubble on our way out, the last few legs of this run, we're checking this one right here. A lot of the good ammos and also bad ammos, unfortunately, can spawn in these, especially in the early game, can really, really help out. You can find a lot of task items that you need in these, so I would always recommend doing them, and sometimes on scav runs it doesn't hurt. There's also another little trapdoor right here. You can actually get MP7s and MP9s and full-size guns in there as well, including AKUs, which is pretty crazy. We head over to this last pile of rubble before we get out. There is another cache. Hey guys, so that's it for this video. If this helped you in any single way, learn how to loot Interchange, or helped you make money, you know what to do. Make sure you smash that like and subscribe button. And as always, I stream 6 days a week on Twitch. The link for that will be in the description down below. And thank you so much for watching.